Plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. Not really, it's the kitchen. There's a couple of plants up there, even though David hates the plants being up there. I don't know anywhere else, but I'm okay. But yeah, if you are not new here, thank you for coming back. Did I say that yet? Yeah, wow. Okay, look, I'm tired. Here's the thing. I drove David to the airport at like, I don't even know what time in the morning, 5? I don't remember. We got up at like 4. So, no, we left at like 4:30. And then, that was yesterday. And then last night I only got a couple hours of sleep because I haven't been feeling well, but I know you guys are like, rest, it's fine. But like, no, I still have things I need to get done. So, I figured we would do some repotting today, and I have some questions from a community post that I posted up a couple weeks ago where I asked you guys to post your questions. Sorry, David's texting me. He's in Canada, in case anybody was wondering. I left that part out. I had to drive him to the airport really early, and he's gone for the weekend. And I had this great plan to like get all this filming done while he's gone, because I can film while he's here, but it's just easier for me with my like ADHD, and I'm very easily distracted. So it's better for me to be by myself with like the least amount of things distracting me as possible. And it is a small space, and we work just a few feet away from each other, so like we're in each other's space. And even if he's being quiet, you can like still hear him typing and stuff like that. So like, there's not a lot of options for filming in this tiny, what probably should have been a studio apartment, honestly, but they put some walls up and called it a bedroom. So there is that. All right, let me get to the community post here. What am I doing? So I'm just like, I haven't been feeling well. I don't exactly know what's going on. All I know is that I have some discomfort in my lower abdomen on my left side, which this might be too much information, but it's fine. This is my channel. We can talk about whatever we want. Sorry, my brain can't like talk and do this at the same time right now. I'm trying to find the post where I asked you guys for questions. I love sharing other people's videos to my community tab. Like, if you're ever looking for new people to watch, definitely always check my community tab, because I post stuff there and it doesn't always come up with the algorithm. Okay, there it is. It's been a while. Okay, it was 3 weeks ago. Sorry. All right, let's go through each of these one by one. I'm sorry if I butcher your names. I'm going to try my best. This is from Chelsea. I'm assuming it's Chelsea. There's an H in there. She said, oh, I didn't finish telling you. I've just been having some discomfort. I have PCOS. I'm pretty sure. I was never like diagnosed, but I mean, I get cysts on my ovaries and they rupture sometimes, and it's painful. So I have a really high threshold for pain. So sometimes it's hard for me to gauge when I'm like actually in pain. Like one time I had a cyst rupture so badly that I couldn't move myself out of the fetal position. I could, it hurt to do that. It was the only position I was comfortable in, mildly. And if my mom hadn't told me that I was in the amount of pain that I was in, I probably would have stayed like that and suffered. I mean, because there isn't too much that they can do for you if you go to the emergency room anyway. Like, they're gonna do some like ultrasounds and stuff to make sure that everything's good in there, but like realistically all they can really do is give you pain medication and let you rest, which I don't do, and like it doesn't really work anyway. So unless they're giving you like a muscle relaxer, it's like not really doing much. Actually, my CBD salve topically is the only thing that gets rid of the discomfort, because it's kind of almost feels more like muscle spasms than pain after the initial like wave of it. So like it hurts at first, but then afterwards, as it's healing, it kind of just feels sore. And for me, I get muscle spasms, and it can cause like gastric distress and stuff like that. But what's been weird this time around, and what makes me unsure, is that I don't remember feeling that pain, but I very well could have just ignored it and thought it was like, yeah, because I've been having these pains in my back, I thought it was a muscle in my lower back. So it very well could have been a cyst ruptured on my ovary. But what's messing me up this time around is that I've been like kind of nauseated. Like I haven't been nauseous, I haven't thrown up, like sorry if that's gross, but like there's been other gastric distress that I'll spare you. So it hasn't been fun, and I've just been really bloated and uncomfortable. I feel hungry, but then like when I go to eat, it makes me feel nauseous. So it's like, ugh, I like just can't win. And it's been happening for like a little less than a week, maybe a week. And it's just been frustrating because it's hard to get comfortable in bed, and like I didn't sleep well last night because it just, David's not here, so like my anxiety is amplified because I'm by myself, and when you're not feeling well and you're by yourself, it's like, well, damn, like if something happened, there's no one here. So that didn't help me sleep. That's my story. Let's get into this. Let me show you the plants. I am sorry if you don't care about any of those things. Oh wow, that's water. All right, that's fine. I just threw dirty water on the floor. You guys, I'm a disaster. I'm an absolute disaster today. Let me clean this up. Just mopped the floor. I had to force myself to do it because I was so tired, but the floor was gross. I had to clean the litter box. I have a whole routine. I clean out the litter box, I clean the floors, everything. Their dirty little paws all over everything. Okay, so that was aggressive. I didn't know there was just like water sitting in there. That's not a good thing. You don't want that for your plants, but this is a Maranta, so it's fine. That could be why it's got some yellowing leaves though. Anyway, I need to repot this. This is a silver band Maranta, and it's still in moss, and I don't want it to be in moss. It's really as simple as that. I'm gonna try really, really hard not to make a mess because I really, really don't have the energy to clean it. But I have that. I chose some smaller plants today because I really don't have the energy for big stuff. And this computer is just like taking up so much space, but it's fine. Silver band Maranta, and then I have a little Hoya polyneura in water because it was on the struggle bus. There's some sort of pest going on that hopefully we've eradicated. So I've just been like rehydrating it. The leaves were really sad, so I've just been keeping it in water, and the leaves perked up. They're nice. They got turgid after like a day of being in water, so I feel like she's ready to be potted up. I rooted it in moss, but it was just looking really sad. So I left it in water to kind of just rehydrate it and give it a little boost for a couple of weeks. And I just didn't have the energy to do anything with it. And then I have this skeleton key Epipremnum from my friend Miles. This was the original leaf, and then it has put out these two little babies. They don't have their shape yet, but they will. So I wanted to get this one repotted because this is the exact kind of thing that I would neglect for a while, and I really don't want this cutting to fail. So I am gonna get it out of this and put it in some dirt. I think it's got enough roots. Yeah, it's got lots of roots. Really, really easy plant to root, so I'm not mad about it. Maybe I'll put it up on a pole or something. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Let me know in the comments below if you like this plant or if you think it's really weird. What is that? It doesn't look very good. if that's thrip damage, I give up on life right now. I spray everything down. Anyway, it's the story of my life. It's this anthurium here in the window. No matter how many times I treat it and treat it and treat it, and it just always has thrips. But David loves it. It's the only plant, and this one's not far from it, so it wouldn't be surprising. Most of the plants on this shelf here are dead. I need to clean it. That's not the point. The point is that Chelsea said, I love your videos. I've been binging them. LOL, I'm a new subscriber. Welcome, girl. You recently visited Worcester, and I live there. It was so nice to hear you liked the city. I did. I had a lot of fun, and I'm going back soon, hopefully. My question would be, are you more interested in online plant shopping or in-person shopping more? I'm more of an in-person shopper. Much love. Much love to you too, girl. Obviously in person. I feel like everybody prefers to shop in person, right? Like, I want to be able to see the plant that I'm like actually buying. So yeah, I mean, you're limited to what you can get in person. I mean, we're kind of spoiled where we live. We have a lot of really good shops that do carry the less common stuff, but yeah, I love a good shopping day. Obviously, I film them all the time. So, all right, I do have my orchid mix here from Better Grow. You guys know that I absolutely love that. And then I just have some regular Espoma perlite. It's not my favorite. I prefer more coarse perlite, but it's harder to find, and I don't want to order bags of it off of Amazon. And then just my regular Espoma potting mix. So depending on the plant, I just blend these together. So if I have a more thirsty plant, I just use more soil and less bark. And if it's a Hoya, I use more bark because it likes that. So let's start with this Maranta. I got this one at Paul's and Sandy's. Cute. And it definitely needs a repot. I don't like leaving plants in moss for too long because then the roots become all types of tangled up in them. Okay, next comment is from Days Near G. First, thanks for existing. Thank you for existing. Forgot to mention that in my previous comment. And second, what do you do with propagations and cuttings? What lighting, Kelvin, lumen do you use if you use them? Any tips and tricks you're willing to share when it comes to that? And that butterfly was gorgeous. Yes, that butterfly is gorgeous. That's the picture of my butterfly in the frame that I got at Seed to Stem in Worcester. So where are my scissors to get these sad yellow leaves off of here? What do I do with my propagations and cuttings, like light-wise? I give them bright indirect light. I don't really know what that translates to when it comes to Kelvin or lumens or anything along those lines. You obviously don't want to be giving them, which one is the color temperature? Kelvin? Yeah. I forget what the numbers are. I'm bad with numbers, you guys. But the daylight spectrum is like, there are specific Kelvin and lumen measurements for daylight, so I would go less than that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't put my propagations into bright direct light because they're just babies and I don't want them to dry up really quickly either. But they definitely need a good light source. So like under a grow light is fine, just not like directly under the grow light. Unless of course it is a grow light that you can dim and things along those lines. So when looking at the scale, definitely use daylight as like your marker of what bright direct light would be, if that makes sense. I hope that that makes sense. I do have an older video on my channel from a long time, like from 2 years ago, when I first started explaining grow lights and like what makes a grow light and lumens and the Kelvin and all that stuff. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I can link that for you guys if you want to go and check it out. Plus it's like baby me when I was like all quiet and I don't know, weird. It's weird watching old videos because like it takes a little while, I think, for you to become comfortable being like 100% yourself on camera, even though like that doesn't mean creators are being inauthentic. I think that you're just cautious of like how you're coming off. So I was definitely a lot more soft-spoken and I don't know, less blunt probably, but that's who I am. I got to a point where I was like, I'm not gonna like change the way that I am. Like I try to be the way that I am with my friends, like keep that same energy when I'm hanging out with you guys, you know. So that is that question. And I replied to it. Did you reply to my reply? Let's see. You did. Oh, just hearts. We're so lame. Okay. Crystal T, hey girl, said, what struggles do you find that you have the most with your plants? Well, probably the pests, girl. Like, it's just never ending, it feels like. There's spider mites, I get rid of those, and then there's thrips, then I get rid of those, and there's mealybugs everywhere. There's always mealybugs that I'm murdering every week on something. So there's that. It's just, I could 100% do without the pests, and everything else would seem less overwhelming probably when you have like 500 plants and you get an outbreak and you know that like realistically to be thorough and safe you need to treat everything. Yeah. It's not fun. So there is that. Watering used to be a struggle. Getting the moss off these roots is a struggle. It is a Maranta, so it's okay if some of the moss stays on the roots. I can rinse it off at the sink too, and that helps. But yeah, watering them used to be a struggle, but now I just do it like in sections. So that helps, and I don't tell myself that I have to do it all in one day unless I want to. So, which I usually don't want to. Especially the greenhouse. The greenhouse takes a little while to get everything watered, which I need to get up there and do today or tomorrow, but I just like haven't been feeling well. Makes everything more difficult. All right, Olaf asked, you say some funny phrases like it's fine, everything is fine, and look at this leaf, look at it, look at it, and many more hilarious sayings. When can we buy some printed planty merch with some of your most popular sayings printed on it? Girl, soon. I've been talking about this with David for a while, and I am just trying to sort out like where the designs are going to come from and like what company, like who's going to design them, like whether I want to draw them myself or like pay somebody else to do it. I did go to school for like this stuff, so it would be silly probably not to use some of that to my advantage, but it's been like well over a decade since I've done any type of computer aided design, so I don't even know where to begin. But I can doodle some stuff. I have ideas. There's ideas. There's stuff floating around, and my goal is to have stuff launched the beginning of next year, because I do have somebody helping me with like some rebranding, logos, and stuff along those lines. So yeah, hoping to have all of that up in the beginning of next year. And obviously I'm holding off on merch so that I like until I have a solid logo that I'm happy with, so that I can put it on there. Even like just a little logo. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna put a big one, although like this is the only thing that I own. This is a YouTuber that I watch, but like you can't like tell it's just like a cute cozy design, like, and I've had it for years. It's a good, I watch a lot of fitness YouTubers. It helps keep me motivated to go to the gym. So, okay, so Random Amber, it's actually really funny, says, my question is, how far is your front room shelf from the window, and is it a north, east, south, or west window? Okay, so I think you mean these windows here in the bookshelf that I'm usually in front of. These are west-facing windows, and it's funny, I just said this in my last video. I think it's like 7 or 8 feet pulled back from the west-facing windows, which the plants really love. So cacti and succulents, not so much. They're gonna get stretched out there. They're happier like right in the west-facing windows because they want that bright light, but the rest of the plants, literally, like my pothos and everything that you see on the shelves behind me, usually in my videos when I'm sitting over there, those all absolutely thrive with that lighting. So, and there's a couple succulents and cacti over there that are doing okay, but they're definitely like getting stretched out, and I've moved a bunch of them to my cacti shelf, which is a thing that I need to address, and I wanted to today, but I really don't have it in me. Actually, I should have opened that box. There's probably cute pots in there. Anyway, different video. Next question is from Ellen Zinner. She said, do a segment on how to grow any type of Hoyas. Do they grow in indirect light? How many days before watering them? Oh, you mean like on a specific type of Hoya, like one Hoya at a time, like just a video, like a short video on Hoya polynura care? Is that what you mean? Because I can do that. I could do like shorts. They're only a minute long because like there's not a ton to say. A lot of plants tend to be the same, that are within the same genus. So, but there's definitely tips and tricks for different types of plants. So if that's what you meant, let me know. And if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. That type of content doesn't usually do well in like a long form video for me, so I'm more than happy to do more like plant care shorts. I've been wanting to do that anyway. So, not because I necessarily want to, but because the YouTube algorithm pushes way more people towards your channel when you're uploading shorts regularly, daily. So, Sarah asked, besides plants, do you have any other stuff you really like to do? Okay, well, I really like to play video games. David and I have been playing Diablo. It's an older game, but like you just run around and kill demons, and we can play together, so we enjoy that. Yeah, I still play The Sims on my computer. I enjoy that. I like reading. I've been reading, I just finished A Court of Thorn and Roses, right? Is that what it's called? Thorns and Roses? I don't know. Now I'm on A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm still at the beginning. I've been having a hard time like getting the momentum to get into this one because like they just start out really slow, and I'm like, all right, like get to the part where she goes to the night court already. Like, can somebody tell me how many chapters I have to read before I get to that part? Because I'm like a chapter or two in, and I'm like, okay, when are we gonna get to the action? Oh, once it starts, it's good. The pacing is good, but like I felt like the books were slow to start, so not a fan of that. But otherwise, they've been good. So I like reading, and I like playing video games. I like going to the gym. I've been enjoying making pottery. I've been thinking about painting pots, terracotta pots, like just having fun, coming up with some simple designs and things. And yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to channel my creativity again, because going to art school is really good at destroying that. I think it's been long enough that I'm ready to get back into it. All right. Next question is from Waikato Plants. I am sorry, I'm butchering that for sure. And they said, what plants do you find that are harder to propagate, that need more patience and support? What do I have a hard time propagating? Synapsis. Synapsis just like root really slowly. They irritate me. There are some Hoya croniana. Hate propagating those, like literally hate it. I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch that I'm missing. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think is harder to propagate. There's some that aren't necessarily hard to propagate. You just take longer, like synapsis. And I think that everybody's different, and it depends on your environment and like what you're propagating it in. So over time you'll learn that like different plants like different propagation methods, and what works for you might not work for somebody else. So it's kind of just a game of trial and error. I know that's like not the answer that you want to hear, but yeah, I mean, there are some plants that I have a hard time propagating for sure, like certain types of heartleaf philodendron and stuff like that sometimes aren't always my friend. So but yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys have any other plants that you would add to that list. So I did put a little bit of bark in here, not a lot of bark, and just like little pieces just for aeration. And I'm gonna put it in this little pot because it doesn't have a ton of roots, and I don't have a ton of pots, and I don't really feel like going to get more pots out of the thing. So this is what it's getting, and it's gonna thrive or not. So there's that. Okay, we've got Vibra by Dania. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Vibra. I thought it said Libra at first. That's why I went with that. What are some of your top wish list plants? Ooh, that's literally the next video that I was gonna film after this one. Because I was like, what can I film where I can just sit down and talk and not have to do too much? Because I really am low energy today, but I needed to get a couple of things filmed in case you guys didn't know. Fun fact about most YouTubers that upload more than once a week, we tend to batch film. So sometimes when you're watching videos a couple of days back to back, it's really just me. I changed my sweater and then came back 5 minutes after filming the last one. It just makes more sense that way. You know, you have the footage ready and all that. Obviously, like vloggy stuff and plant shopping stuff is different, but like sit down planned videos, like, yeah, film a few. Got an unboxing for you that I have to film today, and I was going to do my wish list plants, but I can share a couple with you. The Monstera Thai Constellation has been at the top of my wish list for a long time. I've just kind of been waiting for the right one. Cute little baby. I think it's going to be happy in here. I'll probably throw it back into the same catch pot that I got at the Plant Ward. I want to get more of these. They're really cute. Or at least one more. I like having two sometimes. So just going to live in there for now until I can find a better one. Get those leaves out, girl. Get those leaves out. Show them how cute you are. And as it matures, the silver will be more noticeable. She's just little. She's little right now, so it's hard to tell. But she's silver, I swear. I swears it. You can see on like her older leaf more down here, I think. Yeah, she's nice and silver. So these are newer leaves too, so they come in more green, and then as they mature, they get that silver coloring. Same with the black one that I have. So there is that. Okay, Sherry says beautiful butterfly. Thank you, Sherry. Space Master says, what's your favorite movie, TV show? Oh, I didn't finish saying my wish list plant. You guys, I have a Thai constellation that was supposed to be here in the mail today because I was waiting for just the right one. And I got a message this morning when I checked the tracking to see if it had been delivered before I sat down to film, because I wanted to film the unboxing. They informed me that they couldn't deliver the package and that they're gonna try again tomorrow. So it's been like freezing all week here, and it was shipped on the 14th, which I think was Monday. Today is Friday. Yeah, so I'm like really stressed out about it. I don't think this plant is gonna make it in the cold truck all day and all of that. So I'm like just like a little stressed out, you guys, just a little bit. Okay, let's do this skeleton key next. I'll find a pot for it. Hopefully I have the right size. Yeah, I guess that'll work. I just didn't even bother cleaning that one. That's fine. Those, I hate how they're like not deep. Does that bother anybody else but me? It's just like, can they just be deeper? Like, what's the point of that? This one's too deep. That one's just right, but I need to clean it, and I don't really want to. I hate these with the lip. Ugh, they don't go into the catch pots nicely. Anyway, so that's my wish list plant that I've had on there for a while, and I'm trying to stay positive, but I don't know. Okay, what's my favorite movie or TV show? That is really hard to say, like currently or like of all time, because I don't watch a lot of TV and movies, to be honest with you, like not new stuff anyway. I spend most of my time working or playing video games or reading or just like watching YouTube and stuff like that. Like we don't watch a ton of stuff. But at night I like to watch The Great Pottery Throwdown on HBO. That is nice and soothing, and I enjoy like competition shows like that, like the British baking show, the pottery show. There was like a glass throwing, or like whatever they call it, blowing. It's just said blowing. Yeah, so stuff like that. Anything baking. I don't love cooking, just on account of some of it grosses me out, but yeah, stuff like that. When it comes to like of all time, one of my favorite movies of all time has always been Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So there's that. One of my favorite TV shows, oh my gosh, probably, it's a little cringe, but like The Vampire Diaries. I've watched it all the way through like 3 times. Well, like I watched it when it aired, obviously, and then I went back and watched the whole thing again. I mean like a year or 2 ago, probably like during lockdowns. And then, yeah, I watched it a 3rd time after that because it wasn't enough. So there's that. Like, it's bad. Like, I know that it's bad, but I like it. So there's that. Like, I could go on about this all day. Like, we could do a whole entire live stream just talking about all of our favorite movies and TV shows, and I would be more than thrilled because I love talking about movies and TV shows, but like older stuff on account of I don't really watch anything new. I think one of the most recent things that I watched that was newer was a couple years ago. I was watching WandaVision, and I really enjoyed that, but yeah, there haven't been a lot of good shows. There were a couple things on Netflix that I liked. Oh, The Good Place. I really love The Good Place, and if you guys haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It's hilarious and like really fun to watch. I feel like it's a super underrated show. And my heat just kicked on. Let me see if I can shut it off. It's not even the heat, it's the fan. So hopefully you can't hear it. Hopefully it's not annoying. I always shut it off. I don't know why it's not shutting off. That's aggravating. I can't do anything when David's not here. Anyway, next question is from Casey. She said, "Hi, Jacqueline. I see your ficus Melanie in this photo. Do you have a care video on it? And if not, could you add it to a future video?" Ficus Melanie? What is that? Oh, okay. So this photo is actually the photo. I'll show you what I'm talking about on the screen. I actually took at seed to stem, so those aren't my plants in the background, but that is a Ficus elastica burgundy. And I do have a ficus care video on my channel because I love ficus, and oh, there, the fan went off. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I do have a ficus care video on my channel because I do love ficus, especially the ficus elastica. I have a whole bunch of them, including that burgundy one. I've never heard it called Melanie before. That's interesting. Let's see. Next question is from Trube. I think I'm saying that right. Do you have a Hoya peltata? And if so, can you please make a video on it? I do not. I don't know what it looks like either, but I'm gonna Google it right now. Hoya peltata. Let's see. Okay, it kind of looks like my Diptera. Having a hard time pulling up like just pictures. I usually do this on Instagram. But yeah, it looks like a standard glossy green leaf. I don't know, like all my Hoyas pretty much get the same care. So I do have like some Hoya care videos on my channel. I have a whole playlist actually dedicated to just Hoya care. Because I love Hoyas so much, so I would recommend checking that out. And then if you have more specific questions, then I'm more than happy to answer them, especially if it's about a plant that I actually do have experience with. I don't feel comfortable speaking on plants that I don't have experience with for like an extended period of time. Like if I just got a new plant and have managed to keep it alive for a couple of months, I'm not gonna like run to the internet and tell you guys how to take care of it because like it could still die. You know, I could just still do something really wrong and not know it. So I try to only speak on what I know based on experience with plants. That is why I tend to speak on Hoyas more than anything else, because I have a lot of them and I have a lot of experience with them. Some really nice roots here on this guy. It's even working on another one over here. So there's that. I'm gonna put this in a nice chunky mix. I am gonna be reusing all this moss and perlite. I have another package downstairs that I have to go get with my moss in it, my super moss, but I was waiting for my plant to get here so that I didn't have to go up and down the elevator more than once today. It's not good for my dizziness, but yeah. So I don't really know if that Hoya in particular is like difficult because I don't have it, so I can't really speak on that. Okay, we've got Jackie versus World. Hey girl, what's going on? She says, are there plants that you and David don't agree about? For instance, I know you don't like bromeliads, but does David like them? Are there plants that are his favorite that you tolerate, or vice versa? I'd say there's definitely more that he tolerates on account of me liking it than me tolerating things because he likes them. He definitely has like some cacti and things like that I wouldn't have bought for myself, but that's okay. Like there's some pots that I don't love that he bought too, but I've been cycling them out and he doesn't really care unless they're the ones that he really loves. But we have a lot of like we're good when it comes to that. Like we have a lot of mutual likes and dislikes for the most part. So I'm trying to think of like a plant that I have that he hates. He doesn't love the Hindu rope, but we don't even have that anymore. Because he always said that if you get pests, it's impossible to get rid of them in all those nooks and crannies. And I was like, don't be so dramatic. And then I had mealybugs infest mine, so. But yeah, no, like we're pretty good when it comes to that. He's not super picky when it comes to decor. Sorry, I have perlite dust. And there aren't like plants that he hates the look of, except for maybe that Cebu blue, just because it's sad. He doesn't like the Rhaphidophora hayi anymore because of how dumb it's growing up the pole. And I can't really disagree with him on that one. So like, I feel like we're in agreement with a lot of things. So yeah, that's a really good question though. No, he doesn't like bromeliads. Just the same ones that I do, like air plants and pineapple. But like regular grocery store bromeliads, like he doesn't care. The only plants he gets like even mildly excited about are sometimes anthuriums and euphorbias. So he really likes euphorbias. He gravitated more towards the cacti and stuff after a while because he realized that they were a lot easier to care for. So there's that. All right. We have one more question left because I'm just being so slow at potting these up, so that's okay though. I don't mind. Is that a mealybug? Everything, I think everything is a mealybug now. It's such a problem. I'm like, is that white speck a mealybug? It is though. It is a mealybug. You know, you guys are a real pain. I'm not okay with it. I'm not into it at all. It's really aggravating. It's okay. It was just a couple. And the last question is from Catherine. What's your favorite type of video to film? Probably unboxings, I feel like, because they're just really easy and authentic, and I don't necessarily have to set up for them. Like, it can be just like an on-the-spot kind of thing, and I don't care so much about like my hair or my makeup or like the background and things like that. I can be a little bit more casual about it. So that, and I like filming vlogs. I just don't like having to edit long videos like this one because I gotta listen to myself talk for 45 minutes. But yeah, I'd say unboxings are probably my favorite because you get to see the joy that plants bring me when I unbox with you guys. Okay, so here's my Epipremnum. I think it's pinatum based on like the shape of the leaf and the way it gets more easily fenestrated because it does have these like little baby pinhole fennies. Skeleton key. So there's that. I'm gonna spray these down with Captain Jack's at some point. They're gonna get quarantined in the bathroom and away from my cat because he cannot be trusted. And that's it. Just 2 small little baby propagations today. I'll do the Hoya off camera. It's fine. It's not that complicated. But thanks for hanging out with me, you guys, and thank you for your questions. Let me make sure that I got them all. There weren't a ton. I think there was like 15 questions, which is a good amount because this would have been a long video. So I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. Thank you for keeping me company when I'm not feeling well. I do feel better when I'm occupying my mind with something. I just have to take it easy and rest up, and if it doesn't get better in the next couple of days, then I gotta go to the doctor and just make sure that everything is good in there. But that is what I'm thinking that it is, because I was able to still go to the gym and like lift weights and stuff and be like uncomfortable, but I wasn't in pain. So I feel like it's gonna be fine. It's kind of like a sore muscle, like when you tear a muscle. If you ever torn a muscle, it takes so long for it to heal. So I will definitely be using my CBD salve. If you guys are interested in checking out Premium Jane, I will link them in the comments for you down below so you can check out their website. They probably have a pretty epic Black Friday sale coming up. They do really massive discounts. So if you've been wanting to try any of their edibles or their oils or their salve, I highly recommend their salve for all of you women out there when you get those cramps. let me tell you. And then even just like my lower back pain and soreness and stuff from, you know, sleeping stupid or going to the gym, because I'm old now and that happens. All it takes is me sleeping stupid for one night and I'm in pain for a week. So yeah, there's that. Highly recommend. If I had it on hand, I would show it to you. I'm actually running out, so I'm gonna re-up myself over the Black Friday weekend. And yeah, there's that. Check out my Instagram. I'm always like sharing to my stories. I try to share it to my community tab here as well when any of the companies that I do work with are having like a really epic sale. So definitely check out those. You can scroll down my description box and see some of those links there to companies like Treleaf and Premium Jane and stuff along those lines. And you support my channel in the process of getting cute stuff for yourself at a discount. So definitely encourage you to go and check out what I have listed down in there. And stay tuned for a giveaway soon with a lot of those companies as well, because I'm going to be doing a 10K giveaway as soon as my brain can catch up to everything that's been going on. There's still a giveaway happening on Instagram, and that's going really well, so go head over there and enter into that if you want to. It's a really, really good one. If you have been wanting a variegated Monstera Peru, this is your opportunity to try and get one. I'm also giving away a philodendron Billy and a cutting of my philodendron Painted Lady. So it's not actually a cutting from my plant. It's a cutting that I purchased, but then I was like, I'll give it away because I have 2 other plants and I just imported another one. I need to do an update video on my most recent imports as well. That's on my list of things to do. I just don't know if I'm gonna get to it realistically today. That's fine. Anyway, I love you, fam, so very much. Thank you for hanging out with me while I'm not feeling great. And you should give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. What is on my lip? Every time I wear chapstick while I film, something gets stuck to my lip. But I haven't chapped lips on film, okay? So there's a join button down there if you guys want to be part of the official plant fam. If you do join and you are on Instagram, make sure you reach out to me or leave your handle in one of the posts on the group, not the group, yes, the membership community tab. Words, sentences, Jackie, you can do this. You're done now. Just stop talking. End the video. I love you, fam. There's the super thanks button if you want to super thanks me. And I genuinely hope that I see you in the next one. Bye.